on my hands, blood on my shirt, blood on my pants. I gotta get it off by doing this work. I gotta get this blood off. All my Crips and Bloods lost. She was bought with a price. How much that blood cost?
Talking about. She said I gotta get consecrated and all this stuff, and she told me all kind of stuff.
That sounds like Moses covenant to me.
Do my oblations and stuff like that.
That's all Moses.
Exactly, that's what I told her. And she said Acts 21:26 was talking about. It wasn't talking about actually sacrificing. It was actually talking about. Man, I can't think of it, but she's saying that we don't no longer sacrifice animals. We sacrifice. We have to give like prayers and
I got you.
I'm lost with it.
So listen, just from what you said,
I've never heard this before.
That sounds crazy. I've heard similar stuff, not that exactly, but don't worry, we're gonna go in the scripture just real quick. First, let's get something straight. Give me, what is that? Ezra or Nehemiah? The law of God.
Y'all mind if I videotape and kind of get
my course, you good. No, you good. Because I gotta this whole concept of the law of Moses. Here's the problem. It was never Moses' law, right? It's the Most High's law. Moses didn't go and make the law. You see what I'm saying? Somebody told Moses, hey, look, you go tell them niggas this. See what I'm saying? So let's establish that first and foremost. We're going to get Exodus 20 after this, but go ahead and hit that Nehemiah first and foremost.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 29. They clave to their brethren, they clave to their brethren, their nobles, and entered into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law.
And who?
God's law.
We had an oath to the curses, right? Deuteronomy 28. To walk in what?
In God's law.
Not Moses' law. It's always been God's law. Read on.
To walk in God's law, which was given by Moses.
Which was what?
Given by Moses.
So that's why it's called the law of Moses, right? Just like they have certain things. What's one of them laws they got? The white man got. Like Rebecca's law, I think, something like that. Like they'll have Megan's law, right? Now, did Megan enact the law? No, the officials enacted the law, but it was because of Megan. See what I'm saying? But is that now? Are we gonna say we can't follow Megan no more? No, Megan didn't enact the law. So the Most High gave Moses the law. Let's further prove that. Exodus 20, toward the end. You know what I want? No, not that. Exodus 20. Matter of fact, start at Exodus 19. When the Most High said consecrate themselves. Right? Go ahead.
Okay, this is Exodus chapter 19, verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people.
So Yahweh came down in the sight of the people, read.
In the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
Right, so now skip to 20. So this is 19. He said, look, y'all get ready. I'm coming to talk to Israel, right? And that's when we get something called the Ten Commandments. But after he gets the 10th one out, something happens, right? But this is all coming from the Most High. It ain't coming from Moses, right? It's coming directly from the Most High. Read on.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet.
So the Most High come down, and Israel's terrified at what they see, right? Read on.
And the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off.
Our people ran away from the Most High when he came down and talked to him, right? Read on.
And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us.
You talk to us. Read.
And we will hear.
We'll hear whatever you tell us, and that's the information you're getting from the Most High, right? Read on.
It says, but let not God speak with us, lest we die.
See that? Our people are afraid of that. So it's always been from the Most High, right? Moses was just the mediator of the situation. So there's no Mosaic, just a concept like it was something Moses did, and then David came. David was up under somebody, right? David was up under the laws that were handed down from Moses. So how does now David have his own setup, right? Keep reading. Well, I'm going to go to the scripture that they're going to use for that, right? Go ahead.
It says, and Moses said unto the people, fear not.
Say what?
Fear not. For God has come to prove you.
For what?
For God has come to prove you. And that his fear may be before your faces.
God, that's it on that. Give me, what you got?
Real quick. Nehemiah 9, 13 to 14. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and speakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments, true laws, good statutes, and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath and commandments, and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant.
Right, so God did this by the hand of Moses. It's not Moses' thing, right? So now give me Psalm 110, because what they're saying is now it's after David, and David is the priest,
They're
right?
saying that the past is passed down to David because there's 7 covenants, 7 priests. That's what that's where they're going.
I'm gonna tell you, if you go covenants in this Bible, right? Matter of fact, let's bust that open. Skip that. Jeremiah 33. Let's just bust that. I'm gonna show you something, right? I'm gonna show you that David got a covenant and Levi got a covenant. Right. And both of those covenants are everlasting covenants. So how one trumping up, right? See, let's go. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 33, I'll start at verse 19. And the word of Yahweh came unto Jeremiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night.
Right. The Most High control day and night. Every day we see it, right? Read.
And that there shall not be day and night in their season. Then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne.
That's right.
And with the Levites.
And with who?
The Levites.
There's a covenant with David, and there's a covenant with the Levites. Read.
The priests.
The priests. Read.
My ministers. As the host of heaven cannot be numbered.
As the stars in the sky can't be numbered. Read.
And of the sea measure, in the sands of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying, Considerest thou not what this people have spoken, saying, the 2 families.
The what?
The 2 families.
The 2 families that what?
Which the Lord hath chosen.
Which what?
The Lord hath chosen.
So where the chart at? Who got the chart for me? At the end, let me see the 12 tribes. Talk about Bouchard. This is the chosen people of God, from Judah down to Issachar. But out of the chosen 2 families, he's made he's chosen 2 families out of the chosen to make a covenant with. That's the families of Judah and Levi, the kings and the priests. Read on.
It says, as the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me.
That's right. He'll multiply. Let's keep going.
Verse 24. Considerest thou not what this people have spoke, saying, the 2 families which the Lord hath chosen, he hath even cast them off? Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. Thus saith the Lord, if my covenant be not with day and night, and if I have not appointed the ordinance of heaven and earth, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant.
Exactly. So what you have to understand is, even though the Most High is judging us right now as a people, we over here in the dilapidated neighborhood of the tribe of Judah inhabits in Houston, Texas, right? You go down to Haiti, man, this is what a nice area look like in Haiti. You see what I'm saying? We going through hell, but he said he still ain't cast us off. So that covenant is everlasting that the Most High has with David to be a king, not to be a priest. And with Levi to be a priest and not to be a king, right? But there's something called a harmonious arrangement between king and priest. Give me Zechariah 6. We're going to go to that. Give me Zechariah 6, bro. All right.
Zechariah chapter 6, verse 12 and 13. And speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch.
The man whose name is what?
The branch.
The branch. Who is the branch? Yahweh Shai is the branch. This is the prophecy of Yahweh Shai, right? The man whose name is the branch, read.
He shall grow up out of his place.
Out of what?
His place.
Where's his place? Who can tell me his place? G-Dash the prophet got confounded with this question the other day, with this prophecy. G-Dash the so-called prophet, right? It's called Bethlehem Ephratah. He grew up out of his place, meaning he was born in Bethlehem, read.
And he shall build the temple of the Lord.
He shall what?
Build the temple of the Lord.
Not only is he going to build an actual physical temple in his kingdom, not the 3rd temple that the Jewish man is talking about building. We're talking about a real temple in a real place. And guess who's going to build that temple? The Jewish man is going to build that temple in captivity, right? But he's building that spiritual temple, which is the 12 tribes of Israel raising up through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, right? Keep going.
Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne.
He shall sit and rule upon his throne. Read on.
And he shall be a priest upon his throne.
He's going to be a king and a priest, right? This is where the order or the manner or the fashion of Melchizedek comes in. We're going to touch on in a second. Read.
And the counsel of peace shall be between them both.
Shall what?
Be between them both.
The peace shall be between the kings and the priests. There shall be no disputing between the kings and the priests. When you study what's going on during the time of the Jewish-Roman wars, right before 70 AD, when we get pushed out of our land, the kings, the Judites and the Levites was at war with each other during that time, right? Over battle over who was going to control Israel, right? Because Judah's going, well, we the kings, so we should run it, right? But the king died in 30-something AD, right? So when there's no Davidic king that's sitting on the throne, the Levites assumed control over Israel. So there was a disputation there, right? But the Levites were arguing about who the high priest was going to be, and the Judites are arguing over who the king was going to be any damn way, right? That's all was a part of prophecy. Go ahead.
Because it means you don't just have to protect yourself. You fight for the safety of the
No, not that.
That was in on that. That's right.
for those who lack most. Get inflamed.
Here, we'll read that a little bit more. I think there's a little bit more on that.
Zechariah 6:13. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne. And he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the counsel of peace shall be between them both.
So the peace between the kings and the priests. Get Psalm 110. Man. We skipped over this. We're going to get Psalm 110 Psalms now, right? To show you what it's talking about, right? Go ahead.
Psalm 110 and verse 4. The Lord has sworn and will not repent.
Right.
Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
So this is what they're talking about. You're a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. That's a different order than the Levitical order. That order predates the Levitical order, right? So if we follow their logic, and when something new come up, it trumps the other one, then the Melchizedek order should be trumped by the Levitical order, right? No, but they're not thinking right. There's a Melchizedekite priesthood, which extends to the whole nation of Israel. And there's a Levitical priesthood, which is only for the Levites. And even within the Levite, there's a hierarchy, because Aaron's sons run the Levites. You see what I'm saying? Just like David's son run the Judites.
So what is the consecration? What is that about?
The consecration is just washing your ass, man.
So that's it.
See, they talk about this consecration like this special. Consecration just means bathe. And for certain things, you may have to make sure
Like
you
wash your
bathe.
feet, wash your hands.
Yes,
all that stuff.
you may have to bathe every day. You better make sure you don't skip a shower for 3 days straight. And now you're consecrated. Or it might be 7 days straight, right? In a week, man, it might be a week. You only hit 5 showers that week. The Most High said, in order to consecrate yourself, you're going to have to hit every day. Right? That's all that means. They try to mystify this stuff. There's nothing mystical about it.
And oblations too. The same.
Oblation just pour out a little liquor. Niggas been doing that forever, right? See what I'm saying? But these niggas been
So they're making
mystified.
it bigger than what it
They're
is.
making it bigger than it is, and they don't understand. And here's the problem. A lot of times, especially when you're dealing with that Torah, right? A lot of people ain't got no business even handling that thing. That's a sword that's hurting them, right? When you deal with the term Sinai, right? Because we got them laws in Mount Sinai. Sinai means a thorn. That's what that means, a thorn. So it's a thorn. It pokes some people because they don't know how to handle that thing. And now they've gone and cooked up some crazy doctrine. There's a Levitical order. There's a Melchizedekite order. Every Hebrew Israelite is a priest after the order of Melchizedek, right? That's why I say we will be a nation of kings and priests. Meaning every Israelite will be able to teach the Bible, right? Every Israelite cannot go in the temple and do the Levitical rituals. That's for the Levites, right?
And see, that's what they said that got passed on to David, and now David's in control. I was like, I've never heard it. I've been listening to y'all forever, man, and I never heard y'all say that.
David's got the throne. That's his job. You see what I'm saying? To be up on the throne. Now, I'm going to show you something. Now, where you at? You got what I need, right?
I'm sorry, they said the script, man, it kind of blew my mind when it kind of led to that, saying that the Most High passed it to David. Passed something to David, passed the Levitical job to David. And I was like, man, we get that scripture from.
You mean the key of David?
Something like that, yeah.
The key of David is not talking about, I'm going to show you. Don't worry. The key of David just means rulership over Israel. That's all it means. Okay. Read that.
This is Ezekiel 46:2. And the prince shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate.
The prince is the Prince of Peace. Yahushua, right? It's a prophecy about him in Ezekiel. Now pay attention, right? The prince is going to come to this temple, right? Yahushua, who is of the line of David, the Davidic Messiah. He's going to come to this temple. What's going to happen?
The prince shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate without.
He's going to walk through the porch, right? Read.
And shall stand by the post of the gate.
And what?
Stand by the post of the gate.
And what?
Stand by the post of the gate.
If I stood at the post of this gate, did I come in anybody's house?
No.
Why is it that the prince, Yahushua, he can't walk into the house? Why? Wrong tribe. That's why. See what I'm saying? So that's showing you that in the kingdom of heaven, that Levitical order in that temple, that stands forever. That's always going to stand, right? He runs the whole nation, but as far as what goes on in that temple, ain't but one group of people that's allowed to go up in there. Ask King Uzziah what happened when he went up in there. The Lord gave his ass leprosy, let him off easy. Go ahead.
It says, and he shall stand by the post of the gate, and the priest,
And who?
the priest,
Shall do what?
shall prepare his burnt offering.
We're going to prepare the offering for Yahweh Shai, so he can offer it up to the Most High. And that offering is just an offering. See, and this is what people talking about the sacrificial law is done away with. These people aren't reading the Bible. They're in Christianity when they say that. They're not reading the Bible. The Most High loves sacrifice. He called it, he liked the smell of it. So just because you sacrifice something don't mean you did something wrong. No, you want to please your God. Your God like the smell of something. Let it up, let him smell it, damn it. You see what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shai, who we know walked blameless on the earth, died for us. When he come back and reign in his kingdom, he's giving sacrifices up to his Father, and the priests, the Levites, are going to prepare for him, right? So that showed you, just in that one verse, it showed you, it clears up so many misconceptions that exist right now amongst Hebrew Israelites who's supposed to be in the truth, who's still halfway, or maybe 25%, maybe 10, 15% of them is still in the goddamn Sunday church, right? Read that.
Ezekiel 44:10. And the Levites that are gone away far from me, when Israel went astray, which went astray away from me after their idols.
So now the Levites that went away far from me, the Levite, the so-called Haitian, is far from God right now, right? We're doing all type of madness and witchcraft. This brother right here, he's from down in Mississippi, Louisiana border. He was telling you all the evil my people is doing down there. All the witchcraft. Read that again.
And the Levites that are gone away far from me.
We're far from the Most High right now. Read.
When Israel went astray, which went astray away from me after their idols.
After what?
Their idols.
We're dealing with idolatry right now. You go into the damn the botanicas that we have, you ain't got nothing but every idol. Buddha's in that damn thing. White Jesus, black Jesus, some picture of damn what's his name, Muhammad. We got every idol you can think about, right? Guess what? Read.
It says, yet they shall bear their iniquity.
God said we're going to bear our iniquity, and we bearing that iniquity in the hells of Haiti, in the hells and the ghettos that we live in all around, all in all the 12 tribes. Because they say we would be scattered in all 12 tribes, right? And every place we are the worst places you can think of, right? You go to Miami, you go to Little Haiti, it's a horrible place. North Miami, horrible place. You go down into New Orleans, where a lot of Levites came to in the early 1800s, horrible. But we're in the worst ghettos, but we're bearing our iniquity. Read.
Yet they shall be ministers of my sanctuary.
God said, and as wicked as the Levites are, they will be ministers of my sanctuary. Right? Read.
Having charge at the gates of the house.
And we going to run the temple of God. We're going to be in charge of the worship of the Most High through sacrifice. Read.
And ministering to the house, they shall slay the burnt offering.
We will what?
Slay the burnt offering.
And this is all future prophecy. This is all kingdom prophecy. That we still going to be slaying the burnt offering on behalf of the Most High, right? And we're going to mediate between people and the Most High, right? Because the nations, they're going to be in the kingdom serving us, right? And they're going to have to do what? Yeah, they still going to be able to worship Caesar Borgia in our kingdom? Is December 25th go around and the little white kids is going to smell that pine tree in the air and see presents? Hell no. They're going to worship our God, right? So they're going to have to come to our temple. And they're going to have to give sacrifice to our God, right? Read. Salaki, let me get, what am I thinking about? That goes in accordance with that. No, give me, even Isaiah 56 is good. Isaiah 56 is good. Just on that last point out there. We got some water, Sean. For what? Go ahead.
Isaiah 56:6. Also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord, to serve him and to love the name of the Lord.
And ready to go worship our God in the kingdom. They'll read this now to try to tell you to love white people today. Hell no. Right? In the kingdom, though, they're going to serve our God. Read.
To be his servants.
What?
To be his servants. Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar.
Their burnt offerings and sacrifices are going to be accepted. And who's going to be burning those offerings? The Levite. So it ain't no one covenant trumps the other. There's a lot of covenants and promises that the Most High makes with us throughout the whole Bible. He makes a covenant with all living creatures with the rainbow, right? And now we see rainbows, and we know that that's a sign of the covenant that the Most High made with all living, right? That he'll never destroy this earth with water again, right? So he made various covenants throughout, and these covenants don't cancel each other out. The only ones you can say cancel out are the old, what they call the old covenant and the new covenant. When the Most High puts the Spirit in us, right? And we're not going to have to teach each other no more as Israelite men. That's the only one you can say, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, cancels out. Other than that, all of these covenants, they work together. One don't trump no other one. Because when you even go, give me Genesis 9, right? Because when they say, oh, the covenant was with Adam, and then I'm going to show you something, right? Because
I brought that up. There's teach no man. I brought that up.
Oh, the new covenant?
Yeah, the new covenant. He was,
because they're trying to tell us we're in a new covenant. And we can't be in no new covenant, all right? Because we right here on this corner, and this camp going on.
Yeah.
So it ain't no new covenant. Not yet. But we gonna give me all living creatures. Right, go ahead. So I'm gonna show you something. Because what Noah and them had was not the same type of covenant that we had, right, Rick?
Genesis 9 and 12. And God said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature.
And every living creature, Rick,
that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
I'm trying to get the point. You know what point I'm looking for? About them eating?
Well, that's okay. Okay, yeah, no, that's a little earlier. Okay, Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9. I'll start at verse. Don't eat the blood, right? Genesis chapter 9, verse. Okay, here we go. Verse 3. I'll start verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Verse 3 and 4. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
See, it say every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, but he told the Israelites don't eat a whole gang of stuff. But he told Ham, Shem, and Japheth, you guys eat whatever the hell you want, right? So we're dealing with different types of covenant. The covenant's made to the nations, they can eat whatever the hell they want. If it kills them, so what? Right? The Most High is not dealing with them on that level. But they still had an altar and they still sacrificed to the Lord. That's why, give me Deuteronomy 23. Because you got brothers that's going to get Deuteronomy 23, have no clue what's going on at all. And quite frankly, it's atrocious. It's sad, right? But we're going to go to Deuteronomy 23. Start at 2. Start at 1.
Deuteronomy 23, verse 1. He that is wounded in the stones.
Yes, wounded in the stones, right? Brother who can't reproduce, because whatever happened, right? Go ahead.
Or hath his privy member cut off.
Right, or got castrated, read.
Shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
I mean, they can't come and offer a sacrifice, right? Skip down to 7.
This is Deuteronomy 23 and 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, right? For he is thy brother. Right, thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land.
So talk about the Egyptians and the Edomites, and it says abhor. You shall not abhor. When you look that word abhor up in the Hebrew, it means treat abominably. Treat them as their abominations, right? Because if they're abominations, then they can't come to the temple and offer no sacrifice. So the Most High told us not to treat them like that, read.
The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their 3rd generation.
So in 3 generations, you can start letting them in, and they can start, if they want to sacrifice, they want to offer a sacrifice to the God of Israel, they are allowed to do that, right? That doesn't mean they become Israelites, or we love them and hug them and hold hands. But if they want to bring a sacrifice to our God, they can, right? That's all that means. So just like going back, we showed with Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, they was allowed to eat whatever the hell they want. But they still knew that they were clean and they were unclean animals. Because remember, Noah took 7 of the clean and 2 of the unclean. And when Noah got on the other side of that flood, he gave a sacrifice, right? So they understood all those concepts, but they were allowed to eat whatever. But they still can worship the Most High and sacrifice if they so choose. Didn't make them special, didn't make them Israelites. It just means they understood who the only living God was, and they decided to serve. But a lot of them, they'll come and give a sacrifice to our God. They'll go to the land of Canaan and worship their God. They'll go home and worship whatever God they got, right? They're worshiping that all kind of God, because it's not as serious to them like it is to us, right? Go ahead. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, Deuteronomy 14 and 21. Ye shall not eat of anything that died of itself.
Right?
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates.
So when the stranger come in, if a cow drop dead, an Israelite can't eat it. You damn sure can sell it to a heathen, right? So it shows you the different level of playing field we're on, but they still can bring a clean animal to our temple and offer sacrifice to us, right? So that's showing you how this whole thing has been set up, and there's a lot of misconceptions. And those brothers and sisters, either they purposely is going off, or they just up in this very complicated book, and they really is drowning in very, very deep water. Because that's what this book is. It's a book of deep waters, man. If you're not careful, you ain't got your damn floaties on, you're drowning in this book. You understand what I'm saying? And we're seeing a lot of our people, unfortunately, in Israel, who's supposed to be in the truth, and they are drowning in these waters, right? You got to have the right type of vessel to come in here, right? It's like, remember the Perfect Storm, the movie The Perfect Storm? See what I'm saying? They getting swept up in this perfect storm. And that's the problem. So all these doctrines, man, you know.
Yeah, it's been on my mind, man. And I'm glad y'all came here, because I was looking, I heard y'all speak the other day, and y'all said y'all was coming to Houston. I was like, oh man, I'm coming like almost an hour away to come over here, man, to listen to y'all.
Yeah, we got brothers, there's brothers in Houston, man. A couple other brothers, they on the ground in Houston, you know what I'm saying, putting it in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's be good for you to get with our here and fellowship, man, the spirit of the Most High. Precept, go ahead.
1 Timothy 1:7, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor whereof they affirm.
That's it. Our people don't even know what the hell they be talking about. Think they talking about something, man. You gotta come in this thing with the correct and proper spirit of humility. Sometimes people just get in this and they just want to sound deep or be deep, and they want to teach something that's so unique and act like, oh, I'm the source of this information. Nobody else is going to this. I'm the source. Y'all got to come to me. And that's all the issue of pride, man. You see what I'm saying? So the Most High said he exalts the humble. So when brothers come in the spirit of meekness and humility and truth and sincerity, shalom, we're not Muslims, brother. Right? You know, so when brothers come truly, the Most High, like he said, he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. You see what I'm saying? Where's Ayash at? So, like, go ahead, Ayash. I'm going to let you speak.